Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Tushar Chande. In this episode, we'll discuss the reversal in the energy markets and use that as a TrendSpider use case to understand the value of an exit strategy. A gentle reminder, the risk of loss in trading and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. So why do we need an exit strategy? We need an exit strategy because the duration of a move and the amplitude of a move are not known ahead of time. Here we have applied the PALS indicator with its default values and speed equal to 1. PALS stands for Parabolic Accelerating Long Stop. So that's these brown dots that are our trailing exit. We're using the highest high of 10 days to trigger the start of the move, and we are starting the move from the lowest low of the previous 20 days. And even though we didn't know where the trade was going to go, you see that the trailing stop would have kept us in the trade till 1 day after the absolute high of the move, which is really good for a trailing stop. Let's take a moment to understand how the parabolic works. We need a starting level and we need a trigger level. The new value is the old value plus some fraction of the gap. The gap is between the old value and the highest high of 10 days, but it could be any value you want. And the fraction is between 0 and 1. So the larger the value of f, the greater the step size that each day will bring. Here we've applied the PALS indicator with a speed of 2. So we should expect it to move faster, and indeed it does. So it accelerates rapidly and gets stopped out very early in the process. And if you had re-entered, it would have accelerated and exited 1 day before the absolute high of the move. This slide compares the PALS values for a speed of 2 or a speed of 1. And the speed of 1 would have taken you all the way to the top, but exited 1 day after the absolute high of the move. And the faster moving speed of 2 you see would have knocked you out here once and then carried you all the way very close to the top. Here I've applied the 15-day moving average of the close to give you a sense that PALS with speed of 1 accelerated and was working here as approximately similar to a 15-day moving average of the close. A similar analysis for a speed of 2 shows that it was working more like the 10-day moving average of the close. But remember that if you had just used the 10-day moving average at the very beginning, you would have been stopped out multiple times along the way up. We shift gears and apply the blast indicator, which is the buy low with adaptive stop indicator. ERX was weak. We would have bought strength after weakness, so an early entry, and then use the trailing stop to exit 2 days after the peak in the move. Here we've applied the FAMA or fully automatic moving average with default values. The length varies between 5 and 30 days. The offset varies between 5 and 9 days. And we have a 1x band of 100-day average to range. So you could have followed the FAMA up and exited on the day of the high or the day after the high or 2 days after the high if you had waited to either for a close below the lower band or a high below the lower band. So plenty of options in terms of exiting, but again we could follow the trend all the way to the top. So even though we did not know the duration nor the amplitude of this move in the energy markets, we could get a very effective trailing stop using either the PALS indicator, which is the parabolic accelerating long stop, or the blast indicator, which is a buy low with adaptive stop, or with the FAMA, which is the fully adaptive moving average. All these tools are available in the TrendSpider working platform, and this is your link to reach them. Thank you for listening, and I hope you like and subscribe.